Welcome to the Confide Coaching Blogcast. I'm Paul Strobl, master coach and life strategist for curious-minded executives and entrepreneurs navigating the second half of life. In each episode, I'll cover one of my blog posts so you can absorb it without looking for your reading glasses or exposing yourself to blue light. Plus, I share bonus insights, coaching questions, and real client stories that you won't find in the written version. Today we're diving into a topic that's close to home for a lot of us. How to craft the perfect morning routine, backed by science. Now before you roll your eyes at the word perfect, let me explain. I'm not talking about some rigid 27-step influencer routine that involves growing and grinding your own matcha on a Himalayan mountaintop. I'm talking about a routine that actually works. One that sets you up for a clear-headed, focused, and energized day. And yes, is rooted in actual science. So let's get into it. Why mornings matter and how science can help. There's something magical about the early morning, before the world is awake, before emails start dinging and to-do lists occupying our thoughts. This window of time, it's your golden hour. And how you use it can shape your mood, your focus, and honestly, your whole day. But here's the thing. Not all morning routines are created equal. Some energize you. Others leave you scrolling Instagram in your pajamas wondering where the last 90 minutes went. So what if we could borrow a little help from neuroscience, physiology, and behavioral psychology? What if you could create a morning routine that works with your biology instead of fighting against it? That's exactly what we're covering today. Your body's clock, aka Circadian Rhythm 101. Let's start with the basics, your circadian rhythm. This is your internal clock that regulates your sleep-wake cycle, hormone release, digestion, pretty much everything. And the main conductor of this symphony? A little brain region with a big name, kind of like all of them. The suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. According to Dr. Sachin Panda, who is basically the Michael Jordan of circadian science, when your routines align with this internal rhythm, your body runs better. You have sharper focus, better sleep, and even a potentially longer lifespan. But modern life? Yeah, it doesn't make this easy. We've got artificial light, late night snacks, and Netflix binge watching throwing off the rhythm. So one key to a smarter morning? Getting back in sync. That starts with good sleep, aiming for a consistent 7 to 9 hours, and limiting light and food late at night. Super boring? Maybe, but absolutely effective. Look, whatever kind of FOMO you've got going on regarding unhealthy late night activities, I promise you, you're not missing out, and tomorrow's you will thank you. So here are the 5 pillars for the best science-backed morning start. Let's break down these evidence-backed ways to design your morning for energy, focus, and overall better long-term health. Pillar number 1, hydration and caffeine timing. When you wake up, you're already dehydrated. Overnight, we lose water just from breathing. So instead of reaching for the coffee right away, start with a big glass of water, around 1 liter, or quart, if you can. Pro tip from Dr. Andrew Huberman, add a pinch of sea salt for electrolytes. Your cells will thank you. Now about that coffee, hold off for 90 to 120 minutes after waking. That's when your body's natural cortisol peak is doing its job to wake you up. Drinking caffeine too early can blunt that and make you crash later. Unless, of course, you're working out first thing. In that case, a little caffeine may help performance. Just don't overdo it. Pillar number 2, sunlight, your natural alarm clock. Getting sunlight in your eyes early in the day is one of the most powerful things you can do to regulate your internal clock. It tells your brain, come on, let's do this. Even on cloudy days, try to get outside for at least 10 to 20 minutes. Bonus points if you combine it with a walk or breakfast on the patio. And if it's pitch black when you wake up, bright indoor lights can act as your surrogate light source. So go ahead and switch on some indoor lights first thing in the morning. Oh, and skip the sunglasses during this light exposure. You need the full spectrum to trigger these biological effects. Regular glasses and contact lenses are fine, and of course, don't look directly at the sun. Pillar number 3, move your body. You don't have to necessarily do a full workout, but some kind of movement, even just a few squats or push-ups, signals to your body that the day has begun. Author and podcaster Tim Ferriss starts his morning jumping rope while facing the sunrise. Not a bad way to wake up your muscles and support your circadian rhythm. Bonus, exercise boosts dopamine, improves mood, and gets your blood flowing, all before most people have hit snooze. Pillar 4, mindful fueling and time-restricted eating. Here's where it gets interesting. Dr. Panda recommends waiting at least an hour after waking to begin eating. Your digestive system isn't fully online right away, so giving it time to wake up helps with glucose tolerance and with energy. And try to eat your meals within a consistent 8 to 12 hour window each day. This intermittent fasting, technically known as time-restricted eating, has powerful effects on metabolism and cellular repair. It's not about starving yourself. It's about giving your body a break between meals and syncing with your natural hormonal rhythms. And pillar number 5, planning, journaling, and mental priming. As many of us know, what gets measured gets managed. I'm a big advocate for the right type of journaling for improving every area of your life. Unfortunately, it's the part that many people skip. I'm not just talking about tasks and meetings, but really aligning your daily actions with your bigger goals. Ask yourself, what's important to me today? What would make this day meaningful? Even 5 to 10 minutes with a bullet journal or simple notebook can be powerful. Jot down a few goals, reflect on your why. Get intentional before the whirlwind of the day kicks in. As I've said before, if it's not in my journal, it usually doesn't get done. Mindfulness, the secret sauce. This one deserves its own spotlight. Mindfulness isn't about incense and lotus poses. It's about presence, paying attention on purpose without judgment. Before you even get out of bed, take 3 deep breaths. Feel the weight of your body. Notice your surroundings. Give yourself 30 seconds of just being. This small act can lower cortisol, boost emotional resilience, and help you greet the day with clarity instead of chaos. As Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn says, mindfulness is the awareness that arises from paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally. Simple, not always easy, but absolutely transformational. Here's some inspiration from morning masters. You don't have to wake up at 3:45 a.m. like Tim Cook, but you can take inspiration from high performers. Barack Obama stuck to morning workouts, no matter what. George W. Bush was always the first one in the Oval Office and always stuck to his afternoon run. Oprah Winfrey starts her day with meditation and intention. Sir Richard Branson does something active, like kite surfing or tennis. Brene Brown hydrates, moves, and takes time to reconnect with what matters. The common thread here? Intention. They start their day on purpose. Final thoughts. Your turn. So what's your version of a science-based morning routine? You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Just start small. Pick one thing. Maybe getting sunlight in the morning, or delaying caffeine, or just breathing before reaching for your phone. Track it, reflect, adjust. Remember that how you start your day shapes how you live your life. You deserve mornings that energize you, not deplete you. You deserve to build the kind of routine that fuels your purpose, your creativity, and your long-term well-being. And that journey, it starts tomorrow morning. Now, just to give you a quick snapshot, here's what my morning routine typically looks like. It's not perfect or Instagram-worthy, but through trial and error over time, it works for me. I definitely don't wake up at 4 a.m. I wake up around 8 or 8:30, mainly because of my work schedule that has me up past 11 p.m. since I live in Europe and most of my clients are in the United States. First thing after the bathroom, I gulp about 1 liter of water. I lie back down and I use my Morpheus heart rate monitor that measures my recovery and HRV, that's heart rate variability. I use these 3 minutes to just relax and practice mindfulness, sometimes a bit longer. Then I brew 2 double espressos with cold, locally sourced grass-fed milk. It literally comes from just down the street from us where the neighbors raise Bulgarian shorthorn cattle. I then take a brisk 30-minute walk here in the mountains with my wife and dog. This exact time can vary, of course, depending on the time of year. We then eat breakfast, which usually consists of a boiled egg, Bulgarian yogurt that is homemade from these same cows, various rolled grains, seeds, berries, defatted nut proteins, and my morning supplement stack. I should add that I skip putting salt in my water because I put salt and potassium chloride directly into my breakfast in order to get my electrolytes for the day. After that, I sit down to plan my day between my Google Calendar and my bullet journal. Quick notes on priorities, coaching sessions, workouts, and any creative projects, like this one. That's it. It continues to evolve over the years, and it still shifts with seasons or with travel, but it's the backbone of how I stay aligned, focused, and energized. And as I like to end every one of these with some great coaching questions for you to reflect on, so here are a couple of coaching questions that you can use to reflect on your own mornings. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? And is it helping or hijacking your day? Is it a conscious choice or is it just a habit? What do you want to happen when you first wake up? What would that look like? If your morning routine reflected your long-term goals and values, what would it include? Are you building the kind of morning that supports the person you want to become? So remember, you don't need a perfect plan. Make it a crappy first draft. Just start with one small shift that feels meaningful as a tiny experiment and build from there. Thank you for listening to the Confide Coaching Blogcast. I hope it sparked something useful for you to apply to your own life. If it did, you can support this project by following me on Spotify and YouTube. It's free, helpful, and contains absolutely no preservatives. Wishing you more clarity, purpose, and fulfillment wherever you are in your journey. And if you're ready to explore things more deeply, you're always welcome to book a free trial session with me at confidecoaching.com.